Loneliness and depression can feel overwhelming, but remember, you're never truly alone. In Islam, we have powerful tools to help heal our hearts and find peace. As the Quran reminds us, "And when my servants ask you concerning me, indeed I am near. I respond to the invocation of the supplicant when he calls upon me," Quran 2:186. In this video, we're sharing 10 remedies inspired by the wisdom of our faith, guidance that can bring comfort and strength in your darkest moments. Stay with us as we explore these life-changing teachings. 1. Be a better friend to yourself. One of the first steps in overcoming loneliness and depression is learning how to be a better friend to yourself. Just like you would be kind, patient, and understanding with a close friend, it's important to show yourself the same compassion. Often, we are our own harshest critics, but taking the time to treat ourselves with the same kindness we offer others can make a big difference in how we feel. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Love for your brother what you love for yourself." This hadith reminds us that self-love and self-care are not only important, but also encouraged in Islam. When we are gentle and caring with ourselves, we build a strong foundation for mental and emotional well-being, which helps us cope better with challenges like loneliness and depression. 2. Move your body. Physical activity plays a crucial role in improving our mental and emotional health. When we move our bodies, whether through walking, exercising, or even stretching, we release endorphins, often called feel-good hormones, that can naturally boost our mood and energy levels. Staying physically active also helps reduce stress, anxiety, and feelings of depression. The Prophet Muhammad emphasized the importance of physical strength and well-being, saying, "A strong believer is better and is more lovable to Allah than a weak believer, and there is good in everyone." By taking care of our bodies through regular movement, we not only honor this teaching, but also help ourselves feel stronger, more capable, and better equipped to handle life's challenges. 3. Be satisfied. More learning to be content with what we have is a powerful way to combat feelings of loneliness and depression. In a world that often encourages us to want more and more, finding satisfaction in the blessings we already possess can bring peace to our hearts. The Prophet Muhammad said, "Riches are not from an abundance of worldly goods, but from a contented mind." This means that true wealth isn't about having a lot of material things. It's about being happy and satisfied with what Allah has given us. When we focus on gratitude and appreciate the simple things in life, we begin to see how much we truly have, which helps us feel more at ease and less overwhelmed by what we might be missing. 4. Turn to Allah in prayer. Prayer is one of the most powerful ways to find comfort and strength during difficult times. When we turn to Allah in Salah, we open a direct line of communication with our Creator, pouring out our worries, fears, and hopes. This connection helps us feel less alone, knowing that Allah is always there to listen and support us. The Quran reminds us, "And seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, it is difficult except for the humbly submissive to Allah." Quran 2:45. Through regular prayer, we can find a sense of peace and relief, even in the midst of challenges. Salah is not just a religious obligation, it is a lifeline that can help us navigate through feelings of loneliness and depression, bringing us closer to Allah and providing the inner strength we need to persevere. 5. Learn to suffer with others. Islam teaches us the importance of empathy and supporting one another during tough times. When we learn to suffer with others by being there for those who are also struggling, we realize that we are not alone in our pain. This shared experience can help lighten the emotional load we carry. The Prophet Muhammad beautifully described this sense of solidarity when he said, "The believers, in their mutual love, mercy, and compassion, are like one body." When any limb of it aches, the whole body aches due to sleeplessness and fever. This hadith encourages us to connect with others, offer our support, and accept support in return. By being there for each other, we create a sense of community and belonging, which can greatly reduce feelings of loneliness and depression. 6. Seek professional help when needed. While faith and spiritual practices are incredibly powerful, sometimes we need additional support to navigate through difficult emotions. Seeking professional help, such as counseling or therapy, is a wise and important step when dealing with loneliness and depression. Islam encourages us to seek knowledge and solutions for our problems. The Prophet Muhammad said, "There is no disease that Allah has created, except that He also has created its treatment." This hadith reminds us that Allah has provided remedies for every hardship, and seeking help from a qualified professional is part of taking care of the trust Allah has given us, our mental and emotional well-being. It's important to remember that asking for help is not a sign of weakness, but a sign of strength and self-awareness. 7. Focus on your path. In life, it's easy to get distracted by what others are doing or to feel disheartened when we compare our journey to someone else's. However, Islam teaches us to focus on our own path and the unique journey that Allah has set out for each of us. When we become too concerned with the lives of others, we can easily fall into feelings of inadequacy, envy, or frustration, which can worsen loneliness and depression. Instead, by concentrating on our own goals and the steps we need to take to achieve them, we empower ourselves to make progress and find purpose. The Quran reminds us, "And that there is not for man except that good for which he strives." Quran 53:39. This verse teaches us that our efforts and intentions are what truly matter, not how our lives compare to others. Everyone's path is different, and each of us is tested in unique ways. By focusing on our own growth and development, we can build resilience and a sense of accomplishment, no matter how small the steps may seem. Focusing on our path helps us align our actions with our faith and values, making our journey more meaningful. It's important to remember that Allah has a plan for each of us, and sometimes the difficulties we face are meant to guide us to something better. When we trust in Allah's plan and focus on doing our best, we can find peace and contentment in the knowledge that we are exactly where we need to be. To strengthen this mindset, it's helpful to set personal goals that are aligned with your values and faith. These goals can be small daily tasks or larger life ambitions, but they should always be rooted in what brings you closer to Allah and to the kind of person you want to become. By focusing on your own path, you reduce the noise and distractions that often lead to feelings of loneliness and inadequacy, allowing you to live a life that is fulfilling and true to yourself. 8. Remember the impermanence of things. One of the profound teachings of Islam is the concept of impermanence, which reminds us that everything in this world is temporary. Our joys, our sorrows, our successes, and our failures, all of these are fleeting moments in the grand scheme of life. By understanding and embracing this idea, we can find comfort and strength during difficult times, including feelings of loneliness and depression. The Quran beautifully encapsulates this lesson in the verse, "Every soul will taste death, and we test you with evil and with good as trial, and to us you will be returned." Quran 21:35. This verse reminds us that life is full of tests, both good and bad, and that nothing in this world is meant to last forever. Our struggles, no matter how intense they may feel at the moment, are just one part of our journey. By remembering that these challenges are temporary, we can develop a sense of patience and resilience that helps us endure difficult times. Impermanence also teaches us to value the present moment and to live our lives with mindfulness and gratitude. When we realize that everything we experience is passing, we begin to appreciate the beauty and significance of each moment. This awareness encourages us to be present in our daily lives, to cherish our relationships, and to make the most of the opportunities we have. It also helps us let go of the things that cause us unnecessary pain, whether it's holding on to past regrets, fearing the future, or obsessing over things we cannot change. Understanding impermanence helps us put our struggles into perspective. Sometimes, when we are in the midst of pain or sadness, it can feel like those feelings will never end. But by remembering that everything in this world is temporary, we can find hope and reassurance that our current situation is not permanent. Just as the seasons change, so too do our emotions and circumstances. This perspective can be incredibly empowering, as it helps us realize that there is always the possibility of change, growth, and new beginnings. The concept of impermanence can deepen our faith and reliance on Allah. When we recognize that the world around us is constantly changing, we come to understand that Allah is the only constant, the only source of true stability and security. By placing our trust in Him, we can navigate the uncertainties of life with confidence, knowing that He is always there to guide and support us. To internalize this concept, it's helpful to regularly reflect on the transient nature of life. You might do this through daily meditation, journaling, or simply taking a few moments each day to acknowledge and appreciate the temporary nature of your experiences. This practice can help you stay grounded in the present moment and reduce feelings of anxiety about the future or regret about the past. Remembering the impermanence of things is not about denying the importance of our lives or our experiences. Rather, it's about understanding their true nature so that we can live with greater wisdom, compassion, and peace. By embracing this Islamic teaching, we can find the strength to endure our challenges and the wisdom to appreciate the beauty of our journey, no matter what it brings. 9. Recite and reflect on the Quran. Reciting and reflecting on the Quran is one of the most powerful practices for finding peace, guidance, and healing, especially when facing feelings of loneliness and depression. The Quran is not just a book of religious teachings. It is a comprehensive guide to life, a source of wisdom, and a divine message directly from Allah to humanity. It speaks to the heart and mind, offering comfort and solutions to the struggles we face. Allah says in the Quran, "O mankind, there has come to you instruction from your Lord, and healing for what is in the breasts, and guidance and mercy for the believers." Quran 10:57. This verse highlights the Quran's role as a source of healing, not just for physical ailments, but for the emotional and spiritual wounds that we carry. When we recite the Quran, its words have the power to soothe our hearts and calm our minds, providing relief from the burdens we may be carrying. Regular recitation of the Quran helps us reconnect with Allah and reminds us of His mercy, wisdom, and love. It's important to approach the Quran not just as a ritualistic practice, but as an intimate conversation with our Creator. As we recite its verses, we are reminded of Allah's promises, His guidance, and His understanding of the human condition. These reminders can be incredibly comforting during times of loneliness or despair, as they assure us that we are never truly alone. Allah is always with us. But recitation is only one part of the process. Reflection is equally important. The Quran is filled with layers of meaning, and each verse carries profound lessons that can be applied to our daily lives. Reflecting on the verses we recite helps us internalize these lessons and apply them to our own situations. For example, when we come across verses that speak about patience in the face of adversity or the rewards of trusting in Allah's plan, we can pause to think about how these messages relate to our current struggles. This process of reflection, known as tadabbur, involves contemplating the meanings of the verses, understanding their context, and considering how they apply to our personal lives. It's through this deep reflection that the Quran truly becomes a living guide, offering us practical advice and spiritual insights that help us navigate our challenges. When we face feelings of loneliness, for instance, reflecting on verses that emphasize Allah's closeness to us can bring immense comfort and reassurance. In addition, the Quran provides numerous stories of the prophets and righteous individuals who faced immense hardships, yet remained steadfast in their faith. By reflecting on their experiences, we can draw strength and inspiration from their resilience and trust in Allah. These stories remind us that hardship is a natural part of life, but with faith and perseverance, we can overcome any challenge. The practice of reciting and reflecting on the Quran also has a profound impact on our overall spiritual well-being. It helps purify our hearts, clears our minds of negative thoughts, and strengthens our connection with Allah. This spiritual connection is crucial, especially during times of emotional distress, as it anchors us in our faith and provides us with the inner strength to cope with life's difficulties. The Quran offers practical advice for dealing with emotions such as sadness, fear, and loneliness. For example, the verse, "And whoever fears Allah, He will make for him a way out, and will provide for him from where he does not expect." Quran 65:2-3 reassures us that even in our darkest moments, Allah is preparing a way out for us, often in ways we cannot foresee. Reflecting on such verses can instill hope and optimism, helping us see beyond our current circumstances. To make the most of this practice, it's beneficial to set aside regular time each day for Quran recitation and reflection. This could be in the early morning hours, during a quiet moment in the day, or before going to bed. Consistency is key, as it helps build a habit that becomes a source of ongoing support and guidance. For those who may not be fluent in Arabic, reading the translation and tafsir, exegesis of the Quran, can enhance understanding and reflection. There are also many resources available, including online classes and apps, that can help deepen your engagement with the Quran. Reciting and reflecting on the Quran is a powerful tool for managing loneliness and depression. It provides us with direct access to Allah's words, offering comfort, guidance, and healing. Through this practice, we can find the strength to endure our challenges, the wisdom to navigate our lives, and the peace that comes from knowing that Allah is always with us. 10. Practice gratitude. Practicing gratitude is one of the most transformative habits we can cultivate, especially when dealing with feelings of loneliness and depression. Gratitude shifts our focus from what we lack to what we already have, and this change in perspective can have a profound impact on our emotional well-being. In Islam, gratitude is not just a moral virtue, but a fundamental part of our faith and relationship with Allah. The Quran reminds us, "If you are grateful, I will surely increase you in favor." Quran 14:7. This verse highlights the power of gratitude. Not only does it improve our mental state, but it also brings more blessings into our lives. When we express gratitude to Allah for the blessings we have, we acknowledge His endless mercy and generosity, and in return, He promises to grant us even more. This reciprocal relationship between gratitude and divine favor is a powerful motivator for us to actively practice thankfulness every day. Gratitude helps us see the good in our lives, even in difficult times. When we are feeling lonely or depressed, it's easy to become consumed by negative thoughts and to overlook the positives that still exist around us. However, by consciously making an effort to recognize and appreciate the small blessings in our lives, like the warmth of the sun, the comfort of a meal, or the support of a friend, we begin to shift our mindset from scarcity to abundance. This shift can help alleviate feelings of isolation and sadness as we start to see that we are more fortunate than we might have initially thought. One effective way to practice gratitude is by keeping a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you are grateful for. These can be big or small, spiritual or material, but the key is to be specific and sincere. For example, instead of writing, "I'm grateful for my health," you might write, "I'm grateful that I had the energy to take a walk today." This practice helps you focus on the details of your life that bring you joy, and over time, it trains your mind to naturally look for the positive aspects of your day. In addition to personal reflections, expressing gratitude directly to others can also strengthen our relationships and create a sense of connection, which is vital when we're feeling lonely. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "He who does not thank the people is not thankful to Allah." Sunan Abi Dawud. This hadith emphasizes the importance of showing appreciation to those around us. By thanking others, whether it's for their kindness, their help, or simply for being part of our lives, we build stronger bonds and foster an environment of mutual respect and love. Gratitude in Islam extends beyond mere words. It is also reflected in our actions. When we are grateful, we should express it through our deeds by sharing our blessings with others, helping those in need, and living a life that reflects the values of compassion and generosity. This active form of gratitude not only benefits others, but also reinforces our own sense of purpose and fulfillment. Gratitude helps us to remain patient and optimistic during trials. The Quran teaches us that life is a test, and sometimes we are given difficulties to help us grow and become closer to Allah. By practicing gratitude even in challenging times, we remind ourselves that every situation, no matter how tough, holds a blessing or a lesson. This mindset allows us to face adversity with a calm heart and a positive outlook, knowing that Allah's wisdom is always at work, even if we don't immediately understand it. Gratitude also plays a crucial role in maintaining a balanced perspective on life. When we constantly focus on what we don't have, we can fall into the trap of envy, dissatisfaction, and despair. But when we regularly practice gratitude, we ground ourselves in the present and learn to appreciate what we have, leading to a more content and peaceful life. Practicing gratitude is a form of worship and a way to strengthen our relationship with Allah. Every time we express thanks, we acknowledge Allah's role in our lives and deepen our sense of tawakkul, trust in Allah. This spiritual connection is essential for overcoming feelings of loneliness and depression, as it reassures us that we are under Allah's care and that everything we experience is part of His greater plan. To make gratitude a consistent practice, try incorporating it into your daily routine. You might start your day with a moment of thanks, reflecting on the blessings you've received, or end your day by expressing gratitude for the good things that happened, no matter how small. Over time, this habit will become second nature, helping you to see the world through a lens of appreciation and contentment. 11. Seek stillness. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with noise, distractions, and endless demands on our time and attention. This constant stimulation can leave us feeling overwhelmed, anxious, and disconnected from our inner selves. One of the most effective ways to combat these feelings, especially when dealing with loneliness and depression, is to intentionally seek stillness in our lives. Stillness is not just the absence of noise. It is a state of inner peace and clarity that allows us to reconnect with Allah and our true selves. The Quran emphasizes the importance of stillness and reflection, reminding us, "Verily, in the remembrance of Allah do hearts find rest." Quran 13:28. This verse highlights that true tranquility and peace come from turning our attention inward and focusing on the remembrance of Allah. When we take the time to be still, to quiet our minds, and to engage in deep reflection, we create space for Allah's presence in our lives. This presence can be profoundly comforting, providing us with the strength and calm we need to navigate life's challenges. Seeking stillness can take many forms, and it doesn't necessarily mean sitting in complete silence. It can be as simple as taking a few moments each day to pause, breathe deeply, and let go of the stresses that are weighing you down. This practice can be incorporated into your daily routine, such as during the early morning hours before the day begins, or in the evening when you are winding down. These moments of stillness allow you to reset your mind, clear away the mental clutter, and focus on what truly matters. One powerful way to seek stillness is through the practice of mindfulness. Mindfulness involves being fully present in the moment, aware of your thoughts, feelings, and surroundings without judgment. By practicing mindfulness, you train your mind to focus on the here and now, rather than getting lost in worries about the future or regrets about the past. This state of awareness helps you to experience life more fully and to appreciate the small, often overlooked blessings that surround you. Incorporating dhikr, remembrance of Allah, into your moments of stillness can deepen your sense of peace and connection with Allah. Repeating phrases like Subhanallah, glory be to Allah, Alhamdulillah, all praise is due to Allah, and Allahu Akbar, Allah is the greatest, can help anchor your thoughts and bring your heart to a place of tranquility. The Prophet Muhammad ﷺ said, "Shall I not inform you of the best of your deeds, the purest of them with your master, those that raise your ranks the highest and are better for you than the spending of gold and silver, or meeting your enemy and striking their necks, and they strike your necks?" They said, "Yes, O Messenger of Allah." He said, "Remembrance of Allah, dhikr, Jami at-Tirmidhi." This hadith underscores the immense value of dhikr as a means of attaining spiritual elevation and inner peace. Stillness also provides the perfect environment for introspection and self-reflection. During these quiet moments, you can evaluate your thoughts, behaviors, and emotions, and align them with your faith and values. This process of self-reflection, known as muhasabah in Islam, is essential for personal growth and spiritual development. By regularly engaging in muhasabah, you can identify areas in your life that need improvement, recognize your strengths, and make conscious decisions to live in a way that pleases Allah. Another form of stillness can be found in nature. Spending time in natural settings, away from the hustle and bustle of daily life, can have a calming effect on the mind and soul. Whether it's taking a walk in the park, sitting by a body of water, or simply observing the beauty of Allah's creation, nature provides a peaceful backdrop for reflection and connection with the Creator. The Quran frequently invites us to observe the natural world as a means of understanding Allah's greatness and the signs of His existence. And on the earth are signs for the certain, in faith and in yourselves. Then will you not see. Quran 51:20-21. For those who find it challenging to carve out time for stillness, even brief moments of silence throughout the day can make a significant difference. It could be as simple as pausing before making a decision, taking a deep breath before responding in a conversation, or closing your eyes for a minute to gather your thoughts. These small practices can help you maintain a sense of calm and centeredness, even in the midst of a busy day. In addition to its spiritual benefits, seeking stillness can also enhance your mental and physical health. Research has shown that regular periods of quiet reflection can reduce stress, lower blood pressure, improve focus, and increase emotional resilience. By incorporating stillness into your daily routine, you can build a stronger, healthier mind and body, better equipped to handle life's challenges. Seeking stillness is a powerful remedy for loneliness and depression. It allows you to reconnect with Allah, reflect on your life, and find peace amidst the chaos of the world. By making time for stillness and incorporating practices like mindfulness, dhikr, and nature reflection, you can cultivate a deep sense of inner peace and resilience that will support you through life's ups and downs. Remember, stillness is not just about the absence of noise. It's about creating space for what truly matters: your connection with Allah, your well-being, and your journey towards spiritual fulfillment. These 10 remedies, rooted in Islamic teachings, can help you navigate feelings of loneliness and depression. Remember, Allah is always with you, and by turning to Him and following these steps, you can find comfort and strength. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Jazakallah khair for watching.